that everything's done on the honey-do list. The parts are all sitting downstairs. The garage is swept out. The pond is clean. Guess what? Look at the day. It just turned into a beautiful riding day. This just reminds me why it's so worth to do these restorations. If I think back last winter to all of those days that it was freezing and snow and ice, and this thing was in pieces and tape all over it. But where are they now? And that's always my point, is you spend that whole winter and sometimes it seems like it's endless and you're never going to get it all put back together and polishing bolts and making carbon parts and everything. But the first nice day you get to ride, you forget all about that. And I remember the day putting the new forks on this bike, new brake pads, new discs, and I thought the work would never end. I really thought it was going to go on forever, and then one day it was just done. And the nicest thing for me is that we have every single step of it on our video. Every single step. And I'm just looking, there is not a cloud in the sky. There's not many days like this time of year. And the only downside of today, there won't be many leaves on the trees, but we will get a ride in. And that whole winter last year, it'll all be worthwhile. And so my point is, that's part of the vision of any restoration. You have to be able to look into the future, get some idea of how it's going to look, or in your mind's eye. And then of course, you got to tough out that whole winter. And whether you're doing a simple restoration or a big restoration or an evil twins or just polishing up parts, it's always, for us here on the East Coast, it's always a long winter. And every restoration that I've done earmarks another long winter that's behind me, not in front of me. And I have no idea how many more I have to go. But everyone's unique, everyone's different, and at the end of every one of them, there's still the same satisfaction. And even a simple one like the RD, it's a winter that I'll never forget. And every part of this restoration, I've remembered drilling every hole in that disc, those wheels, you name it. There's no substitute for you having the satisfaction of that you've done it yourself. And to me, I call that the passion of restoring old motorcycles. And I don't know how to share that with people who don't have a passion, but if you have a passion, you already know what I'm talking about. And I'm getting ready to have coffee and get out of here. It's too beautiful of a day to waste in any way except being out on the open road. So all that's left is to make sure our radar detector's working, mount it up. Yep. Without that, we couldn't afford to ride. Make sure our cameras and batteries are charged so we can share the ride with you. Have another cup of coffee and get out on the open road. And all that's left is that magic cup of coffee that makes the ride that I don't fall asleep. Look at this. You just look out the window and what's out there? Wow. You forget about those 900 hours of restoration the first time you ride it. beautiful day this turned out to be. We're up in the Lake Denmark area, and the weather's just holding up beautifully for the whole day. So as I said before, if you think about that 900 hours, and here's another thing as I'm sitting here looking at the bike, I can't even imagine in 30 years how many hours I've put into restoring that house. That house is over 100 years old. Oh, Karen and I have endless amounts of hours in it. Anyway, we really stole it. If you look up at this day, it just was a wonderful day, and I'm going to steal these. And I appreciate everyone God sends my way. Anyway, hope you enjoyed sharing it with us, and thanks for watching.